You're back watching the Genuine Parts Formula 4 Championship from Hidden Valley, Darwin. In race 1 of the weekend, it was another Sonic racing car that got into turn 1 first.
It's the young Kiwi, Mitchell Evans, with the advantage. He leads his teammate, Nick Percat, at turn 1.
Richie Stanaway was soon up to his old tricks.
Massive pressure on the back of Chaz Mostert. Turn 6, here he comes.
Big move, that's cold tyres, trying to pull the car up in there, quite tough. Bit of slide, get the drive out.
Mitch Evans was not willing to just let his teammate drive away.
Around the outside at turn 1, Nick Percat holds on.
Look at Stanaway there, he's on the grass.
The long straight at Hidden Valley provided the perfect platform for slipstreaming.
And Scott Pye out of the slipstream, carrying more speed.
Foster's trying to hold on the outside here, and that is slippery on that line.
The long straight did prove difficult for some.
Richie Stanaway runs off the road at turn 1, and that drops him from 3rd to 4th.
But in the end, it was a 2-horse race right to the finish.
Mitch Evans is tucked into the slipstream. It's a 1-2 for Sonic. And it's a close 1-2 in the end. The margin just 0.08 of a second. And for Percat, he's created history. His 18th race win breaks the record held by Steve Richards.
Your name is now in the history books of the Formula 4 series with so many other great names there, particularly in current V8 pit lane. Is that a really special achievement?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, like, to be compared to those guys who are at the top of their game and winning V8 races is pretty special to me, and I'd like to be out there with them one day.
The Australian Formula 4 Championship is all about unearthing new racing talent, and there are plenty of people in the motorsport industry who are keeping a keen eye on these potential future champions. Right now, V8 supercar team Walkinshaw Racing has the pick of the open-wheeler crop with 20-year-old standout Nick Percat.
Well, he's one of our young stars, one of our guys that we're breeding through Formula Ford and bringing him on and nurturing him, and we want him to be, I guess, the next Dave Reynolds and come through and you know, show some form on the V8s.
At the moment, the fastest Formula 4 driver is doing all the right things to head towards the main game. But Nick's current Formula Ford boss, Sonic Racing's Michael Ritter, knows sometimes just being fast is not enough.
Although the ability is, you know, a big factor, they've also got to have the financial support, make the necessary steps through something, you know, like Development Series, which is going to be a couple of years before they're, you know, probably going to be in a position to be considered for a main series drive.
The transition to the V8 Development Series will be a difficult one, but Nick is more than willing to back himself in.
I think the next level is going to be a pretty steep learning curve because you won't be able to jump in and win every race. But I think once I get the experience there, should be able to win races and then show the people at Walkinshaw that I can drive a V8 supercar too.
Now to race 2 highlights, and Mitch Evans came out of the blocks fastest.
The 14-year-old Kiwi will lead Percat down to turn 1. Richie Stanaway tucked right in for this hard run under brakes.
Ryan Simpson soon started moving up the order.
Great shots on board. That is a pure example of slipstream working at its best.
The end of the 1 kilometre straight was the best place to make a move.
Ben Walter attacks on Joey Foster. He's got it locked up and around he goes.
Dirty line, too much speed, that's the consequence.
A slight mistake pulled Richie Stanaway back to the pack.
The Blue Miguel off the road.
It's also costing quite a bit of track position in that crucial slipstream to the 2 leaders.
Evans momentarily took back the lead, but he didn't have it for long.
It's half race distance and Percat is not wasting any time. Back into the lead.
Stanaway again showed his style under brakes.
Down to turn 5.
That's a big move up the inside there.
Nicely done. Little slide.
At the finish, though, it was a Sonic Racing 1-2 once again.
The championship leader will take another checkered flag in Formula Ford. Mitchell Evans in second, Ryan Simpson a new lap record. But the young Kiwi is getting closer to the title leader.
The team's great, you know. Sonic and Michael Ritter put on a great setup with the car and everything else. It's also good to be with Nick because he's been dominating the field really. So yeah, it's good to get some great points after a bit of a shocker at Tassie.
Don't go anywhere because our feature race is after the break.